say there, and Bridget's looking like she's ready to say hers, so go ahead, Bridget.
Yes, it's been 11 years, and Bob, you know this. So we've been in city for 6 years. 5 years before that, Bob and I run the Wildomar Corporation now, and we have been talking about this campus for 11 years. I met with Dr. Giese years ago, many conversations. I believe this campus, besides the students who need it, and there are students who struggle. So this is absolutely an option for students to get to college. Besides the addition of just the hospital, the jobs it's going to create, the jobs to create the campus, the jobs at the campus, and then all the students are going to get gas, and they're going to get lunch, and they're going to be on Clayton Keith. So the economy that this will help. But again, Wildomar, Bob and I, for 11 years have been talking about this campus coming to Wildomar. So I'm really glad to see it, and I will have an AA sign in my yard.
Yeah, I'm on the fence on bonds. I'm not a bond guy. I'm a conservative. I can't help myself. I don't like to spend money. And when the state sticks it to us as the city of Wildomar, and we've been raked over the coals, and then everybody's asking for me to give somebody money for something that the state's gonna get something out of, it just irks me. I'm not gonna say either way what I'm gonna say, which way I'm gonna vote, because I think everybody has to, they're the landowners, and you have to decide if you're willing to pony up for the money. My personal opinion is, yeah, I'd love to have the college here because it is gonna be something for the future. And I know that they're trying to push forward those kids to go to the 4-year, but I'm really concerned. My concerns are always with the JC, that they're going to push those kids to the 4-year. Get them in a track and send them on their way, because I know a lot of kids flounder in there and they don't graduate, they don't do anything with it. And I don't want to see that part of it. But because it's going to be a science and everything, I know it'll make a big difference in the area. And if the state had any brains at all, they would be funding all these things. They're already taking all of our money anyway from us. We don't even get the other 2% that they're stealing from us up there in the Capitol. So my personal opinion is, I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to vote, because that's going to be up to each person that voted on their own. I do like the college coming here. I know it's going to be good for our city. It's going to be good for the kids that are around here. But I think there absolutely has to be accountability with every single dime of that money. And as we've seen in the past, when the state's involved, it doesn't work out that way. Now, if it's a local thing, that might be a lot different. I think that's why our bond issue, our little parks issue here, we have that accountability. We ask everybody to be a part of it. They voted it through, and there is accountability on every dime that we spend. So if that's going to be the fact, then that's probably going to be a good thing. I'll leave it at that, so I won't say much more than that.
Bob?
I'll just say one thing, that I would not have actually graduated and become an engineer if I had not gone to a junior college, had to be Pasadena City College. These things are essential for anybody that wants to get ahead in these fields. And so I'm sort of a conservative with regard to bonds. I don't like bonds in general, because I think the money should be funded out of the funds that are coming in. But this will have a great benefit to our area.
Timmy brought up fiscal accountability. I'm seeing here in the bond measure itself, it talks about stringent fiscal accountability safeguards, including annual audit, a citizens oversight committee, which that sounds like what we put in ours, and no funds we use for administrative salaries and pensions. And I think those are all important things when you talk about fund accountability.
Yeah.
And I'm right there with you. It's hard to vote for a bond, and it's hard to say which way to go. But as a property owner, I'll be supporting this, and partly because I'm looking at my daughter and I'm thinking, boy, it should be nice for her to go to school here in Wildomar someday. And I think that's an important thing. Bridget, you have something else?
I'm sorry, that triggered my memory, because there's a bus route that goes down Bendy County to get to Mount St. Jacinto Menifee, but there is a bus that you can get to Clayton Keith.
All right. And you can get the
This one other thing. My daughter did use San Jacinto to supplement some of her classes for Azusa Pacific, which saved us about $30,000 per year. So I too like it. So I'm not against I just want to make sure where the money's going to be. That scares me always.
That's that too is how I felt. I'm not in favor of bonds most of the time. In fact, when Gary first brought this to me, I go, whoa, wait a minute. I want to see it and I want to read it. And when I saw there wasn't earmarked here for this campus, then I was even a little bit more afraid. So Gary got out the numbers and showed us. And with Ann speaking tonight, it's not just our money. It would be money from the community all around us that might bring the school to us. And then I looked a little bit further and I read the argument against and I read the argument in favor. And if you look at the argument against, it's the same people that have been against Wildomar from day one. Every one of them. Every one of them on there.
I guess I'm voting yes then.
Read the names.
No, I read that also.
And
I saw that.
I was just appalled that they would try to do this, and they're doing it because of Wildomar, because of it being in Wildomar. That's the only reason that they are opposing it. And for that reason, I will vote yes on it. And I will pay the tax on several houses.
I guess you got a 5-0 then, huh? That's messed up.
Well, we're only voting to receive and
I know, I'm
file.
just teasing you.
So if I have a motion for that,
Yep, so moved.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Motion carries, all ayes.